When testing for evidence of a correlation between two variables, there are three common errors that can occur. These three common sources of errors made in interpreting results involving correlation are: 1. Concluding that correlation implies causality. Even if we find that there's a positive linear correlation between the cost of a gallon of milk and the price of admission to Disney World, it would be incorrect to conclude that milk prices drive the price of a Disney World ticket. What is more likely is that they're both tied to other variables such as economic indicators that have to do with just the cost of living. Okay, so we want to be careful, not just because we find a linear correlation, that we don't say that one variable is actually causing the other one to rise or fall. Number 2 is using data based on averages. And this is often a problem when we try to look at things like a national average, and that doesn't really give us good data, such as a study that would produce a 0.4 linear correlation coefficient for paired data relating income and the cost of housing. So that's not a very strong correlation, but if we look at regional data and not national averages but more regional, we might find a stronger linear correlation, just because prices are different, wages are different in different parts of the country. So trying to use averages for large areas such as the whole country can lead to errors. And finally, concluding that there's no correlation between two variables. Recall that our test will only be to determine if there's a linear correlation. So if we find no linear correlation, we can't conclude that there's no relationship between the variables, because there could be something other than a linear correlation. So we'll be careful to conclude that there is no linear correlation.